Street cred sports. Street cred sports. I'm crossing over. I'm Euro stepping.
Hello, it's Keenan of Street Cred Sports Training, and welcome to another episode of Time to Ball. This is episode 107 with my guy
Lee Williams.
he read it out. I was about to say blooded out, but I don't want to alienate my Crip fans.
Hey, no blood, no Crips. I am unaffiliated. I know zero about it.
Hey, have you ever
Don't come after me.
Have you ever been somewhere that you know is like maybe gang territory, and you're not a gangbanger, but you kind of check your clothes like, okay, all right.
Man, I was about 15 years old. My dad bought me a Chicago Bulls jump. You know, that's to wear the whole suit.
Right.
So my aunt lives in Compton, and so I put on my little Bulls suit. You know, had some lottos at the time. Many of y'all don't know about that. Show my age. But I was about to walk out there. It's like, where you going? Oh, I'm going with that. No, you're not. No. You know, Crips live around here. I was like, I didn't understand what it was.
Right.
What you mean Crips? I thought she said cribs. I'm like, well, yeah, there's houses all over. But in this neighborhood, like the lawns were done, like beautiful neighborhood.
Right.
You would never suspect that.
Never suspected.
Never. And so I quickly learned. So man, I had on Laker purple and all kind of stuff. I was mismatched.
You gotta be neutral.
Man, listen.
I used to say I like to go and confuse them by wearing a really blue like top and some red, bottoms or shorts and stuff. They'd be like, wait a minute, hold on, like, well, yo, you repping this, but you dissing this. Like, how does that work?
They're gonna make the decision for you. They're gonna make the decision for you.
So yeah. Look, all kinds of worldly experiences.
Know the rules when you travel.
Nah, you gotta conform and play to where they at, what they do over in their area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope everybody's doing well. We are doing well, as you can see. We're here.
Excuse me.
We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the things that interest us. I usually say interest me, but I mean us. All right, I mean us.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's
that's
just,
all right.
Doing all these, and then you just gotta talk a certain way, and then you gotta. I'm like, man, why I say me, and it's me and him up here.
You've been single on the podcast for a while, man.
I know.
So I understand.
Hey, the funny thing is I went back to some of my very first podcasts on Anchor, and I had the little music going on in the background.
Did you?
And I was playing it, and April was like, "Well, you doing some poetry or something?"
I got to see that.
I was like, "Yeah, it does sound like I should be using my Barry White voice when I talk." All right. So first thing on the board is Alabama. Roll Tide.
Yes,
If you're an Alabama Crimson Tide fan, Alabama played Vanderbilt yesterday. Now, Alabama played Vanderbilt last year, and it was kind of the beginning of the end because Alabama I don't think they had ever lost to Vanderbilt previously, at least for not some time. Vanderbilt beat them, and the quarterback Pavia was instrumental in it. He's a fiery kind of Johnny Manziel type quarterback, pretty good kid, could throw and everything.
For sure.
And he has history. He was at New Mexico State when they had their rise to prominence. So they win. Great. They beat them. Well, this year they played on Saturday. Before they were playing, Pavia says, if we play our game, this won't even be close.
Even after they just beat Georgia?
Yeah, even after they just beat Georgia. Now, the confidence is great because, you want to have confidence.
Right.
But to say it won't be close. Now, here was what I was like, I don't understand. Like, Vanderbilt has never been what you call a perennial powerhouse in football.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
They've been kind of a doormat But the last 5 years or so, well, last 2 or 3 years, they've come up. They were pretty good with James Franklin before he left.
Right.
Well, the new coaches
Correct.
come in, brought in a better culture. They've been competitive. They actually got ranked this year. They were ranked 16 in the nation. Well, you beat them when nobody thought that you was going to end up beating them. So
surprise.
you're hunting,
Yeah.
right? But now that you beat them and you've played well and you're being ranked, now people aren't going to take you lightly.
Right.
They're going to come after. They're going to be hunting you.
Absolutely.
Right? And for him to make that statement was like, dog, so April and I were arguing about it. She was like, well, what's wrong with it? I said, if you say, if we play our game, I feel like we should win. Or we, you know, we'll be good, right?
Right.
But when you say it's not going to be close and you playing in Alabama, you just giving them bulletin board.
I mean, I don't agree with the comments. And I've met Pavia. And actually, the running back from New Mexico State, he's actually from Midland, Texas.
Okay.
He's at Vanderbilt
Okay,
as well.
yeah.
So he transferred as well.
Yeah.
Great kid. He's a twin. His twin sister played for me. So I'm pretty familiar with those guys. As much, you know, quarterbacks are usually crazy, but there's also a line that they draw.
Yeah.
And so my thoughts are, you know, they just beat Georgia. I'm like you. People can respect the fact that you say you're going to win, but to say it won't be close was a disrespect to Alabama.
Yeah, it was disrespectful.
Yeah, and Coach DeBoer has his guys right now not worrying about the fans, not worrying about
They just
the boosters. Let's just play.
Right.
And them beating Georgia soundly, in my opinion. I realize it was close, but that defense has really stepped up.
Yeah.
And they're plugging holes and hitting hard, and they are. It just seems like they just said, "It's us against the world."
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want it to come across that I don't like the kid. I don't like his confidence. I do like confidence.
Right.
I'm not even worried about quote unquote you giving bulletin board material, right? What I'm saying is you beat them last year, right? That was great. You beat them soundly. It could come across as, oh, well, you're giving Alabama a pass. Now, Alabama, I've always been the type that if we can beat them by 20, we should be trying to beat them by 40. That's always been my mentality, right? Whether they came in and just assumed they was going to beat Vanderbilt and they lost to them, whatever that was. But knowing the embarrassment that they had, knowing that they're going to be a different team, knowing that they're going to play you better and more tactful this year than what they did last year, you got to expect that. So I guess the word for me was it won't even be close or something
That's
to that.
It right there. That's it right there.
It won't be even close. Yeah, like, yo, nah, man, bruh.
You can't put that out there.
Nah.
You got to know they've been studying you for the last 4 weeks.
Right.
You got to know that.
Right.
You have to know that. And
yeah, he had a bad game. Game.
And some of the tendencies you have, you almost got to study yourself.
Yeah.
And say, hey, oh, you know what? It seems like third down, I'm always checking down. I'm always doing these things. So you got to really, at that level, you got to really study yourself.
Yeah. And look, obviously we weren't the only people that heard it because he was hearing it after the game. There was, fans, really talking trash to him. And he was talking back to him. And somebody, I guess it was another player, said, you talking to a kid. Why you talking to a kid like that? Well, yeah, he is, but I think he's like 24 maybe.
He's about 24,
yeah,
25.
So it's like, the person who was talking to him, he looked like he was in his 50s, maybe 60s, right?
Gotcha.
And I get it. And, those are kids having confidence. So that part of it, if the guy says, because I didn't hear the guy say anything too disrespectful to him. Something to the effect of, where's your something now? Where's your car? Something like It didn't sound like too bad. I couldn't hear the exact words, but, Pavia responded with some expletives to him. And, you got to take it. Now, there were some Alabama players that taunted him as the game ended. And then there were others who came and, gave him some dap and everything. And I'm kind of like,
I am like you. Say what you want to say. If you ever played sports, it's different from being the hunted than the hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
It is. You can say, man, football is football. Stop it.
Yeah, no.
It's a different narrative.
Yeah.
The mindset is different. The temperament is different. Everything is different.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is like when you go from confidence to disrespecting the other team.
Right.
That's where, don't leave yourself open. Believe you're going to win. I love that.
Yeah.
Right? But again, there's a professional side to it as well.
Yeah.
And I think he's of age now where he's got to understand that.
He should know that. And it's weird because throughout the history of sports, you have stuff like this that's happened throughout the history.
Right.
And why people don't study and learn and make sure that they don't do those things.
Right.
I get the whole thing that, that you're young. But with information at our fingertips these days,
zero excuse.
You shouldn't have these type of things happen. But, I hope they have I think they're going to have a good season. I mean, I assume that they're going to make a bowl game.
I hope they do
this
for sure.
year, and he's been instrumental for other reasons. We can get into that another day, but I wish the young fella good. I just think that was, you could tell that they were people. They always should play hard. Yeah, people are gonna play hard, but it's that little extra motivation.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
That if your gas tank is on full, you're gonna have a little nitric button that you push where you have something else on top of that full.
Right.
So
I mean, you got to think there's a lot on the line. There's jobs.
Yeah.
There's money. If I'm a player, hey, I'm a DB and I lose to this kid.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of motivational factors that come into play. You got to understand that.
Yeah. So, you got to.
Families as well. Families are dependent on you to do well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lot at stake.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get on to the next subject. All right. So this next one is about Shedeaur Sanders. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, we're always talking about Shedeaur. We haven't talked about him. Kevin Stephanaski makes the decision to bring Dylan Gabriel to make him the head coach, the QB1 guy.
Yeah, got you.
So, he's doing the press conference and he makes Flacco QB2.
Right.
So a reporter asked him, was there any talk or conversation about bringing Shedeaur to QB2 and making, Flacco 3? And he says, Flacco's our backup. Like, it was real brief. Okay, I get that because I know that I think he's really tired of all the stuff about that because he wants to just coach and be football, and play football, right? Maybe he wasn't the one who actually wanted to draft Shedeaur. Maybe that wasn't in his plans, right?
Of course.
That one didn't bother me.
Okay.
It was the second one where he asked him about something with Shedeaur, and I'll have to find it. My mind is just blank as I'm thinking of it. I've been thinking about it all morning, and there's blank. He asked him something about Shedeaur and what they were planning, and he said, "We're just thinking about the next game."
All about moving Shedeaur up to number 2 and making Joe.
Yeah, my focus is on this game. Joe's the backup.
And then that was the end of the press conference. So we'll have the video. Yeah. We'll have the video, and I'll probably try to bring the actual phrase up to put in there. So now I'm like, well, why? Well, why so dismissive? Because throughout, it was like an 8-minute press conference. Throughout the 8 minutes, he answered stuff, pretty pointedly. The things that were brief, they weren't like defiantly brief. The 2 questions about Shedeaur really set him off. they were actually talking about it on NFL Sunday on ESPN this morning. And they was like, the quarterback room for the Cleveland Browns is like, what are you doing? Why isn't Shedeaur second? Because you need to know if either one of these kids can play, because you got first round draft picks that you'll be able to, you also got Deshaun Watson coming back possibly, right? So there's a lot of stuff in there. And it made me think, there are people, coaches, high school, city league, middle school, college, professional. If they don't like you, they're going to show it in certain ways.
No doubt. For me, it's obvious he doesn't care much for the kid. Just even when Shedeaur was absolutely killing it in practice, the kid's working hard. Like it was always suppressing what he did well and kind of almost highlighting what whenever he did wrong.
Yeah.
I don't even have a problem with Shedeaur being QB3.
No,
I don't.
No.
Now, you want to, because Flacco, I mean, you have to respect him. He's been in the league for a while. And I believe he's won a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he won with Baltimore.
So you don't put a Super Bowl winning quarterback at QB3. That's just disrespectful. Right. He would probably then just go ahead and retire. So, and at some point you may need this guy again.
Right.
So the only thing that I'm asking is, if Shedeaur does get a chance, which I think now he won't, but if he does get a chance, where are you going to put Gable? Another problem I have is media, specifically ESPN, and a few others, saying, shut your mouth, be quiet, get in the front of the classroom, need to study. Well, how do you know he's not in the front of the classroom?
Yeah. That was Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
right. Now,
like Rex Ryan, like you think because you say it loud and it's like, no, I have a problem with media when they don't have all the facts.
Right.
And they get in their feelings and start talking about it. He showed his dislike, his distaste for Shedeaur Sanders. And as they say, I got a job to do. That's a famous thing to say. This is not about who I like or who I don't like. I got a job to do. Well, then do it.
Right.
Because you're dead wrong.
Right.
He's studying. Like, if he's on the field too much working out, it's a problem because his arm's sore. If he asked a question, why are they asking the third string quarterback question? We don't even know who the third string quarterback is on other teams. He can't help that.
Right. Yeah.
If he doesn't answer, he's disrespecting media.
Yeah.
If he does answer, media got something to say about it.
Yeah. Now, Shedeaur's mom came out and made a very powerful, statement. Now, I'm kind of on the side of, I get it. My mom or dad is got my back, but I don't want them putting it out there. I don't want my mom, dressing down Rex Ryan about his comments, because I'm a grown man, right? Now, Rex did come out this morning, and he's highly complimentary. I think he misspoke when he was talking about Shedeaur, about, I don't think it came out the way he meant it. And Rex is one of those guys that will talk, and he just kind of says, and you think that if you're known to say that, you would be a little bit more measured in making sure of what you're saying. But today, he was highly complimentary of saying, I want to see the kid play. I like the kid.
I don't want all that. Apologize.
As
loud as your discourse was, right?
Yeah, you're right.
As loud as you got on him about that when you didn't really know what you were talking about,
Right.
Hey, apologize in front of all the fans and in front of all the media, in front of TV.
Yeah.
I just think it is. You have to do it. People will respect you more.
Yeah, I don't know if he has or hasn't. I know this morning when he was talking on the way here, and I heard him, and I was kind of like, okay, all right, yeah, but he could have apologized. I don't know. I will find out, once I can, get in front of a computer and look at some stuff. But you're 100% right. If you're gonna say it loud one way, you got to say it loud the next way. But
and don't praise me now. Like, how you gonna praise me now after you said all that last week?
But
That's
I
corny.
don't think when he was disrespecting him with what he said, I don't think he was talking about his talent.
What the disrespect was is you put out to the masses that I'm in the back playing around rapping.
Right.
That's what you put out there.
But look, you know, the funny thing is, Shedeaur is a likable kid, right?
He is.
So it wouldn't surprise me that was what he was doing. But to understand it, if somebody, it's like one of them things where you take a 3-second moment in time and then that's the whole narrative.
Right.
Somebody could have seen that, thought it was like, oh, he's back here rapping, mentions it, somebody else mentions it, now he's not on task, not knowing that this was 30 seconds of him quote unquote rapping,
Right.
but the last 7 hours he was on his stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so as bad as it is for Rex, it should be worse for the person who actually leaked a winning total, because Rex ain't just saying that. Rex heard it from someone.
Rex thinks he knows too much already.
But he's not going to say it unless he hear it.
I believe
Do you think he just made it up?
I think he got in his feelings. Rex
No.
is probably a dude.
Do you think he just made it up?
He was talking outside of his neck. I really do.
Do you think he made it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sure do.
Stand on
Yes,
it, man.
Rex. I am.
No,
I'm saying it clearly.
you dancing around like he's talking out his neck.
Well,
like,
when you talk out your neck, what are you doing? You're basically lying. You're
okay.
making
But
stuff up.
basically, it's different than you are lying.
Rex, you're lying.
There
Clear.
you go.
You are lying,
Boy.
Rex.
Hey, did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see the shoulders and the biceps start to flex a little through that shirt? And he didn't say it like this. He didn't say, "Rex, you're lying." He said, "Rex, you're lying," and them shoulders and that chest came. Watch,
Here we go.
watch, rewind it and
we
watch,
go.
because
Don't
I
rewind
saw this line right here go from here to here.
Don't rewind that.
I love it.
The last thing I'll say is this. As far as his mom speaking on him, I'm fully okay with that, because him being a third string quarterback, he can't speak for himself.
No. I'm not saying I'm not okay with that. But everybody talks about how savvy he is, the fact that his dad is an icon.
Mm-hmm.
He's been told and know, all this stuff. Shedeaur should be able to speak for himself.
No matter what he says right now, it's going to come out wrong.
That's fine. He can say it and say it the way he wants to say it, but I'm like, if you're 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, okay, I get that.
Sometimes, man.
But you're getting a professional check now.
Right, but this instance is like no other that's ever been in the league.
Oh, no, I get that.
So-
high selling jersey in the league.
Yeah. He has to be for him saying nothing is the best thing for him.
Well, it didn't help. I was going to actually pantomime, the beginning of the show. And then I was like, well, people going to be like, damn, what's wrong with the audio? What's wrong with it? They did start talking. But, I mean, even him doing that, nobody understood what he was doing. And it caused a lot of like, oh, he's being immature. That's what everybody said, he was being immature.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, but look, I will say, you should have just said, you know what, right now, I don't have any comment. To me, if you just say, you know what, I don't have any comment, I can't talk on it, I'm not going to talk on anything, no comment, and you keep moving. But they kept asking them questions, kind of like thinking like, okay, well, are you going to start to talk?
If he says that, they're going to say, oh, he's mad because he's not playing.
But how many people in the history of sports, when you hear them say no comment, if they're going to make something up, which they're more likely going to do, they're going to make something up.
But hear me out. There's nobody in the history ever in the league that's like him. I don't even know a third string quarterback on a team. I don't.
Right. Yeah, I get all that.
And to sell out jerseys,
I get all that. Yeah, I get all that.
So there's a lot of jealousy and hatred from all angles that he doesn't know. So protect himself. He just gotta sometimes.
Yeah, because people are going to use things to try to build their narrative. Like was the guy, the Pablo Torres with the Clippers thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was until that stuff came out.
I knew who he was, unfortunately, but
But back to, we're going to end on this. I really can't even be mad at Kevin Stephanaski. I really wish, to me, if you don't like the kid, I really wish you would not express it as much, because you could, like the first answer, it was like, I'm tired of answering this stuff about him, right?
Right, because it's the third string quarterback
Right.
as a head coach.
But the second question was so the second answer was so dismissive,
Yeah.
and it's like, damn, dog, you really don't like the kid. And it's like, look, he's you got to know he's won all. He's who he is, right?
Yeah.
He's sold out all these jerseys. I'm not even saying that's the reason you get a kid a chance, but you should be able to answer questions in a way that nobody knows that that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know, and I was very disappointed, but at the same time, I know it happens on all levels. You know, so there are a lot of coaches out there, you know, and if y'all are coaches and y'all looking at this, if you don't like a kid or a player, you know, and it's for anything other than the player makes tons of mistakes.
Can't be personal.
You need to really look in the mirror at yourself, because that's not how you need to be as a leader of men.
Absolutely.
And then I'll take it a step further. There are players that I've had to talk to that I know that high school coach didn't like them.
Yeah.
In their mind, those players' mind was, well, if I just do this, this, and this, they'll like me. I'll be able to get some playing time. And I had to look at them and tell them with the parent, I was like, no matter what you do,
Right.
that coach doesn't like you.
Right.
Doesn't like your type of play or your style. Nothing you do is going to ever change that coach's mind.
Yeah.
And that's I almost said something.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
I mean, literally, I have watched it myself.
Yeah.
A player is getting hot. You know that this coach particularly doesn't like this player. As soon as the ball's going, this player swing it.
Right.
You know, this player's hit 2 or 3 threes in a row. I mean, there's little details and little things that they can say to really put it in a player's mind. You got to think, you're hearing it all week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Practice on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, game on Tuesday, whatever, what have you. So I've seen coaches literally try to create situations where they know they're going to fail.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
you have to really understand that. And it's a fight. But if the fight is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your skills are your skills.
Yeah.
Your fight is here.
The most unfortunate thing is when, like, on any other level, in the professional level, you can ask for a trade. No big deal, right? Or whatever. And the college level, you can enter the portal at the end of that year, right?
High school.
In AAU and City League, you can just switch teams.
Absolutely.
The problem is the middle school and the high school. That's the part, because what coaches will do, they don't want you. They don't want nothing to do with you. They don't think you can play. But the minute you transfer and they get the paperwork, they make sure that you're 365.
Absolutely.
And now you can't go. So it's like, I always say, like if you didn't think I was good enough to get on the floor and I wasn't a threat, then if I transferred to another school, you should be happy, because you're going to expose every weakness that you know I have. But the 365 means that you never wanted me to play, but you know I can play.
Right. I actually got a call a few years back from a coach. Said, Coach, this kid is leaving my program, man. I'm happy, but this kid is moving for athletic purposes. I said, look, you don't want the kid anyway, right?
Right.
Right? Yeah, I mean, you don't want him in your program. I said, look, if you do that, you're going to look bitter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So just sign off.
Sign
on
off.
it.
Let them
And
go.
you're good.
Let them go.
Yeah. And whoever they are, it'll pop up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
A leopard don't change the spots.
Yeah.
It's rare.
That's like in a relationship. You didn't want the person the whole time you was with them.
Ooh,
cheated, disparaged them.
Yeah.
Now they leave to go somewhere else. Now you try to throw salt and mess with them, and all of this stuff.
Boy.
If you didn't want them, you didn't want them, right?
I've been there.
If you didn't want them, you didn't want them. Just let them go. So It is a big problem because it is not about being a coach. I understand we're all human, right? We are human. And sometimes things can be said that rub us the wrong way. But at the same time, you're having something that maybe a child said or did that rubbed you the wrong way. If you don't think that child can help your program, then sit down and talk and say, you know what? I don't think you can help our program. You can transfer out. There will be no 365 or anything. You go there in best wishes.
If a kid can't, and here's another problem too, coaches. I can stand on it because I'm a coach. People run from developing.
Yeah.
High school coaches, AAU coaches, travel team coaches, church leagues that do travel, whatever y'all want to claim who you are, okay? You run from I'm telling you, you run from developing. You just run from it.
Deacon Jones don't know how to develop, man.
Man, Pastor Johnson, he ain't developing, dog.
Oh my God!
It's just what it is. So stop running. Stop running from coaching. I'm just being honest with you.
Oh my God!
Stop running from coaches, and here's the thing: quit making it personal.
Oh my God!
Because we've all said things that run real people the wrong way. So in any church that it feels disrespected, I'm talking about you.
Oh my God!
That's
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to rewind this part because I didn't like after you said church league. I just like I couldn't hear. I saw you talking, but nothing else. I couldn't hear anything else because I'm trying to keep myself from laughing.
Hey,
wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, you gonna have to give an extra offering this extra time. They gonna see that your time's gonna be a little bit busy when you pass the plate. When you pass the plate, they gonna get it and they gonna get back like, yo, man, we heard what you said. You need to put extra.
Yo, I'm just speaking on facts.
Oh my God!
I literally seen
church
teams travel to huge events and on their van have their name and we here and you just telling people you're newbies.
Yeah.
And then you get smacked and go home and your thing is we were here. So and no disrespect, shout out to Ray Mickens had a fantastic early 2000s. Ray had a fantastic church team, but this team was ranked in the nation. That's different.
Okay, we gotta talk about that because I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So everything was through his church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they had a gym. They didn't need to outsource any gym. I mean, it was a great setup.
Nice.
And they had some really good players. His daughter Cammie was a starting point guard on there. Fantastic defender, speed and the whole nine. So we'll get into that at some point, man.
We definitely gonna have to.
For sure.
All right, so we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna be back. All right, we're back. Yeah, doing that timeout, man. My phone was vibrating and I got it on the off mode, so it shouldn't be moving. So they let me know that somebody wasn't happy. I don't know why it was my phone. It should have been his that it should have been doing it.
Hey.
But it was speaking through me, and yeah, bro, you gonna have some problems, man.
I'm gonna call security now. I got 911 already dialed, so I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me check my phone. Make sure I'm.
You gonna have a message that you don't understand, and it's not gonna have a number to call back.
As they say, don't at me. Don't at me.
All right, so we're gonna move on to basketball ideology.
Okay.
First topic I want to cover is teaching kids how to close out properly. Now I know we've addressed it, close out, have a plan and everything.
Right.
But in my groups, and actually it wasn't a group, it was a team training. The coach for the team was saying, they run a 3-2 zone. And he says when that ball goes to the corner, we have a hard time when they close out. They have a hard time not letting the person drive. So what I did was, he told me what the team they were gonna play, they're in more of a 5-out.
Okay.
So what I explained to him and explained to the player is, okay, normally on a 3-2, you usually want to be like around the block, right? Some coaches might have you in a little tighter. Some will have you in a little bit further, right? And I was explaining to him, look, if you know that ball, if that they're putting that shooter in that corner, when that ball is up top, have your if you're on this side, have your right foot on the block in a little bit wider stance. If the ball goes to the wing, if it goes to the wing, then you should take an extra step out. So when the ball comes over, you don't have as far, much ground to cover, right? So we were doing it. The problem was that I was seeing with everyone is because I made the whole team, do the closeout, even if you were a guard. Good. Because what I told them is, look, you guys could have a game and only 5 of y'all show up, and if y'all small, you might have to play here. So you need to know what to do if you're in that situation. So when they were closing out, they were running up with their hand, but they were running up facing them. And then every time they ran up, blow by. So what I explained to him is I said, where is your help coming from? Who's going to help you? If you force him to not shoot, who's going to help you? He said, well, if he goes this way, he's going to help me. I said, yeah, but ask yourself this. The way that zone is, you're playing this zone, do you really want your teammate on the opposite side block running all the way over, and now, since they're in a 5-out, allowing a cut, right? I said, if you force them to the middle, that's where the bulk of your help is. Right. And if I know that you're supposed to bring them to the middle, but you let them go baseline, you're throwing off our rotation, how we're supposed to rotate. Right. That's not the job. So I had to literally show them, if you're there close, I said, don't be there after he catches the ball. Be there as he's catching the ball, right? So as the ball is hitting his hand, that's when you should be there. I said, and you got to make sure that you have your right leg out further to keep him from going baseline. Absolutely. We want him to go middle. And it took them about 4 reps, because I was telling the kid, I'm talking about 4 rotations of everybody.
Oh, okay, I see.
Before they started to get on it, because I was telling the kids, whatever you do, whatever you can do, drive right. Anytime you drive right, everybody does 10 push-ups. Everybody, all the team does 10 push-ups. And after a while, I don't know if it was they got onto it or they didn't want to do push-ups, but they were really starting to get it.
I think closeouts, especially at an early age, it's the least thing that's taught in the game. And people say close out, but there's very little detailed explanation. Early on it was chop your feet. Well, if you chop your feet, they're gonna shoot the jumper. Right. So now, people have transitioned to sprint and do a 1-2 stop, but always make sure those hands are high. Right. And so, they had people running directly at them, which is what kind of you've been talking about, where you gotta force one way. Right. And the way your hips are positioned and that outside foot, and when we point, we're literally on a court. And that's why when you see him point, we are on a court right now.
Why is he pointing over there? I can't see over there. What's happening?
Yeah, so we're really on a court, so it makes that a little bit easier for us to kind of understand that and visualize that. So the main thing is, as you said, you got to anticipate when that pass is coming. Right. And give yourself time to get there. Right. And and it's a sprint and a 1-2 stop, those hands are high, and that will allow you to really be a whole lot more successful. Yeah. It'll make that player think about it. Yeah. And so, and thank you for doing. How old are these kids?
They're fifth and sixth
That's
grade.
incredible. Yeah. 5th and 6th graders are not being taught that. Yeah. From some of the people that I've seen or games that I've seen, that's just not being taught. That is incredible. Yeah. It's collegiately, it will have you lose your scholarship or lose your job as a coach. Yeah. Because the corner 3 is the easiest 3-pointer to make because it's the closest 3-pointer. Yeah. So, kudos to you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. We
Appreciate
need to do that a whole lot more.
It is funny that you were talking about the chop. I'll have to find the thread and send you the link so you can look at it on Facebook. It was an organization, and he was talking about the closeout.
A church league? No, I'm messing with you. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Man, hey,
I'm joking.
It's
a joke.
Hey, it starts levitating.
It's joking.
You trying to get me in trouble. I don't have nothing to do with that.
I'm just kidding.
It was one of those like training businesses, and they was talking about the chop running out. Then he was talking about the new way is to run out and go 1-2.
Yeah.
Right. And in the comment section, oh my God, it was pandemonium because everybody was putting their 2 cents in, and you had the people talking about the chop, and then you had the people talking about the 1-2, whether they were for or against it and everything. And I've always been a big advocate of if it works for you, and because some people are really good with their footwork and getting there.
They are.
Other people aren't as good with the chop, but they're probably better in 1-2. If you know this person is a choppy step, but they get out there lightning quick and they're in position and nothing happens on their watch because they're good at it, let that person be that person, right?
I'm okay with that.
Right, and it's like sometimes it's the thick-headedness of some people where it's got to be my way. So I have to give more of a shout out because that coach is a parent, and he doesn't know, what he doesn't know.
Right.
And for him to constantly, ask me and tell me what he's looking at
beautiful.
Without any reservations, and he just sits back. And I would tell you, I wasn't going to talk on it, but this same group, they were having a game today. They have a game today. They play a team where the kid that they play, the team that they're playing against, they have one kid that shoots lights out.
Okay.
So they're always getting this kid the ball, right? So I didn't have 10 players. I ended up with 6. So our first thing was to move the ball around, letting them know you got to get to that corner.
Yeah.
You got to be disciplined on the wing, right?
Yeah.
So what I did is I had them play 3-on-3. I had one set up at the top, one at the box, one at the wing or corner, whichever they wanted to.
Okay.
The goal was they could pass it. They're in a 3-on-3 situation. I would point and say, this is the shooter. This is the guy that you're going to be playing with that shoots lights out. If he gets an open shot, or he's able to take one dribble and shoot, you guys got to do 15 push-ups on defense. But everybody was allowed to score. So if somebody else got to score, then, I'm not saying it's fine, but the goal was met that kid doesn't shoot.
Right.
What they started doing was they started wanting the defense to do push-ups. So I was telling them different creative ways, and they were using those creative ways to, like, if the ball is up top, and let's say this is the shooter, right? What this guy would do is he go set a screen, and he run up wide open threes. Or they were switching and setting other back screens, and they would drive, suck everybody out, and then throw the ball back out to the shooter
how to play. I love that.
and catch it and get a shoot 3. So both teams started doing it to where all it was about was getting that guy a shot. And if you kept them from doing it, you didn't have to do push-ups. Oh, coach, that was more than one dribble. This is the same group, 5th and 6th graders.
That's awesome.
And I told them at the end,
incredible.
What I felt was so pleasing for me, was so satisfying was, the parents say, hey, how you doing and stuff. They're very cordial when they come and when they leave. Always very respectful, how you doing? This particular after practice, they were walking up shaking my hand.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I was like,
aha moment, huh?
That's kind of like weird. Like, you always say bye, but you came in person, like, look me in the eye, thank you and stuff.
Appreciation.
And I'm like, okay, aha, they got what we were doing. And I told them, I said, most of those kids that were there are the starters. I said, now y'all know how to communicate.
Right.
That kid shouldn't get, I'm not saying he's going to be shut down, but that kid should have a hard day. And I asked him point blank, I said, can he dribble? And they was like, well, now he usually, I said, well, if you take away his shot, you force him to dribble.
Yeah.
That's not his strength.
Absolutely.
You can live with that mid-range pull-up. You're going to have help, but you can live with it because that's not what gets them going. Right? So, it was, and it was one of those rare times where I wish I could have went live for the whole entire practice. Yes.
That's awesome, man. Like, that's just, again, kudos to you. Like, I think this may sound weird. Coaches have to learn how to teach first.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's a big difference between coaching and teaching.
Yeah.
And so, that's something that they will remember for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I really think so. And I have noticed that, I think from the group sessions, obviously the individual sessions, you plant the seed, but in the group sessions, you do a lot of live, weird game situations, and it's that allows them to learn and stuff. And when they come in and they do these team practices, I think a lot of times they think, oh, we're just going to get the ball and play. And it's like, nah, y'all got to learn how to play. You don't even know how to take more than 2 dribbles going left. We're going to do stuff that you have to do those things.
I told you this is going to blow up.
Well, I mean, it is picking up. And the thing is I want to say it, but then I feel like if I say it, if I put it out there, it's going to be taken the wrong way. And my thing is, what you said about, coaches need to teach. You have, I would probably say more than 65 to 85% of the people who are coaching in the city leagues have absolutely no experience in playing basketball, right? And it's a tribute to them to take on that task.
Right.
But it's almost like I sometimes ask them, like, well, if somebody brought you a car and they wanted you to fix the car and you don't know anything about cars, wouldn't you call a mechanic? Right? Or that cousin of yours that worked a lot to diagnose it and fix it? You're not going to take that on because you don't know anything. So if you don't know anything, why don't you reach out? Maybe there's a parent on the team that has, but why don't you reach out to an organization? And you got to vet the organization too, because some of them aren't, detailed in doing. I don't think anybody, I know they're not doing what I'm doing with my groups. I know that for a fact, because that's what I've been told by other people who go to these other various organizations. No shade on them.
Absolutely
it's
not.
just, this is what I'm doing, right? But if you know that you don't know is, you're going to have what I always get, players who've been with a team or two for over two and a half years. They come here and the parents say they're intermediate, and they get here and they can't dribble with their left. They can't shoot layups with their left. They're lost on screen and rolls. They don't know how to, like a simple thing, for example, if I'm in the post and I'm trying to post you up, and you're on my top side with your hand out trying to deny it, and they're up top, and there's a defender there, and the defender in the face, they will try to entry pass like this, as opposed to up faking, turnover, and that ball has to come out like this on my right hand or out like this on my left hand. You cannot be playing for a team for that long and not know those things, right? Yeah. You can't. And then what takes it a step further is, I used to say to myself, well, maybe they've been taught. They just didn't try to work on it. But this is how I could tell. When I would say it and talk about doing it, there's a certain look that you get of bewilderment. Like, what are you talking about? Right. And then I describe it and show it, and I say, you've never worked on it. And they will say it, and I will look at the parents, and the parents will say, because the parents will be like, I'm at every practice because it's too far for me to go anywhere. Right. So I have to sit there, and that's never been discussed. And I'll say, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said it, and people used to kind of get upset early on. Then they started seeing it. Everybody knows how to do it until it's time to do it.
Right.
Right. Oh, well, Lee's over there. Coach Lee's doing this. Oh, man, I'm going to go to the same term as he went to. We're going to have the same success. No, man. No, man. Oh, so-and-so's training, Keenan's training, okay, he's been doing it for a while, so okay, I'm gonna start training too. Like, stop it. Like, listen, I know I'm not a golfer. I know that. I know that. However, I learned very quickly because I didn't respect the game of golf until I played the game of golf and saw how difficult it was.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with training, coaching, especially on the basketball side. Everybody thinks they can do it because it looks easy.
Yeah.
But you got people like yourself, and there's a few others in town.
Right.
And there's some high school coaches here that are fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
On both sides. I mean,
Absolutely.
fantastic. They just make it look easy.
Yeah.
They make it look easy. But what you're seeing is the easy piece, but you don't see all that work that's been put in.
Yeah, because it's got to be a lot of work. Because it's got to be a lot of work for them. Funny story about golf is my experience with golf was I was in my backyard and I had my grandpa's my dad's golf club. So I'm hitting the ball, right? I don't know anything about golf. So I hit the ball and we're a corner house.
Okay.
So, the street runs alongside our house. I'm in the backyard. Across the street is another corner house. Our driveways face each other.
Okay.
So I hit the ball goes in the air. I was like, oh, I hit it too hard. Like, I didn't realize it was going to hit too hard. It bounces in our driveway under concrete. Boom. Bounces up. Bounces in the street. Boom. Ooh. Bounces up. Bounces in their driveway. Boom. And they had the garage door with the little 3 windows. Ooh. The little 3 windows. Of all of the windows, it finds the right window and breaks it. And I'm looking like,
hey, you don't hit in your backyard, man.
Man, I didn't know nothing about golf, so I had to go over there and and tell them that I broke it, and we'll figure it out and stuff. I was like, man, I ain't never playing that game again.
Ladies and gentlemen, only thing you can do in the backyard is maybe chip, but putt for sure.
I was trying to. Happy Gilmore wasn't out, but I was like, I guess I was Happy Gilmore before he was, and I didn't even try to hit it hard, man. I was like, I just watched it go, doo, 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 and about the third throop, I was like, it's not gonna hit the ping, ling, ling, ling. I was like, oh my God,
man.
All right, so we're gonna get on to our favorite subject.
Okay.
You done lost your damn mind.
Let's get it.
It's crazy because he mentions golf.
Yeah. Segue.
All right. I had a conversation a long time where it almost I don't want to say it got physical because I don't think the old man really wanted to go that route with me.
Right.
But it got contentious. I'll put it that way. He was really upset. We were talking about golf. He was talking about how many people play golf and that you should play golf and stuff. And I was like, but it's not as many people that play golf that play basketball in any given day. Oh, you're crazy. And I was like, okay, so what are we saying? Oh, I'm not talking about games. I'm saying, like, if people are out there playing golf, they're working on their game, they're doing a 9-hole or 18-hole. If I'm talking about people in open gym, outside in the park, playing by themselves, you're saying there are more people that do that. He said, oh, absolutely. I said, man, you crazy. It's like, you done lost your mind. I actually told him that. Right? Not knowing that today we would have this segment. But yeah, we argued for a while and I just said, look, I can't see it, man. I said, look, think about the cold parts of the US. You can't be out there playing golf, but there's a gym.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He still didn't want to hear it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
There is a lot of people that play golf.
I know that.
Right,
I do know that.
But if you would have asked me this 10 years ago, I would have said basketball. I really would have. The youth now consider the gaming as like they're really playing. There's more people that play golf now, 10 years ago, than basketball.
You know what? I almost was about to say
Top Golf is always filled up.
I was almost about to say, yeah. Okay, now, if you're going to throw Top Golf in, then we're going to have to throw in those places where they have goals where you're shooting baskets.
Peter Pepper Pizza, come on.
Whatever. I'm saying if you're going to throw that,
you know what? You're right.
If you're going to throw that, if you're going to throw Top Golf in, you got to say that,
That's
right?
a good point. It's a good point.
Right? And Top Golf has kind of priced out people to where now they're going to play basketball instead of like, it's how much? Yeah, I'm finna go get the ball, go to court.
It's
but
pricey.
Yo, like, he done lost his damn mind. Because now with the NIL, with parents trying to reclassify their kids and training and all of that, there is no way you're gonna convince me. I might have said it was a chance.
Is this an
10
age
years
thing
ago.
or just overall?
I'm just saying overall.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying overall. That was the conversation.
Okay.
Because if we go over 50, golf absolutely.
Right.
Because most basketball players, as they get older, do golf in their spare time.
They do.
But if we're going all ages, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
It's it's basketball.
Yeah,
Because you just think of the local leagues here.
Yeah.
It's every Sunday,
The person who's practicing, not even a group of. Now, I will say that you don't have as much open gym as you used to.
For sure.
But you have kids who are training. You have kids in their backyards.
Yeah,
you have,
true.
You have the high schools who have open gym on their off season and stuff.
I agree, and I'll say this. This is a big factor. Basketball season is about to kick off. People always got their favorite player. You rarely hear a lot of people talking about who they identify themselves with golf.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a point when Tiger Woods was there, where it was like, I'm Tiger Woods.
Everybody thought they could play and wanted to play. I'm one of them. I said, man, let me tell you something. When I show up to a golf course, I look like I am a professional. By the time I get through with the golf course, I look like a ragamuffin.
You look like Chuck back in the day?
Man, no. I got a better swing than Chuck. Charles Barkley, he got Tourette's. My
Oh, you say that, man.
Oh
my God. We just lost a subscriber, man. We just lost somebody out there that might have a relative with that. Just turned around and like that.
Hey, he does, man. He does.
I mean, the fact that
random.
You would say that, yeah. It's like a pause. That's what I would say. Man.
That's what.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Hey, but here's the thing.
Y'all see
I used to think that I was like, man, I'm Tiger Woods. Now, you and his cousin, Biker Woods.
Listen, hey, man, I had all the gear. I was like the basketball player that had the headband, the wristbands, the knee pads, and couldn't make a layup. I called it starter kit. I had the starter kit on. Man, it was. I lost every ball in my bag.
What did Chris Tucker say on Friday? Talking about it, her cousin looked like Janet Jackson. She looked more like Freddie Jackson. Oh my God,
that was hilarious. hey, I didn't think he was gonna say Freddie Jackson. When he did, though, I passed out. That was hilarious.
All right, so we're gonna end it on that note. I won. I brought your boy over to my side. I won the battle, but I'm gonna lose the war. Make sure you take pictures because he might not be here next week. He might not make it, man.
Some of you avid golfers, comment please, because I'm probably missing. I'm not an avid golfer, so I'm probably missing some. There's some probably things that I'm not understanding or even bringing up to plead my case, but
yeah, you avid golfers comment, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna delete that shit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I love the comment. It might even. I look. This conversation I had with this guy was probably 20 something years ago.
Wow.
So there hasn't been a way to convince me in all of that time. So if somebody has some actual data, then it's got to be right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end on that note. Hey, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and follow. We have gotten a lot more traction on our clips and reels with people commenting.
Told y'all they were good. I told y'all.
Some I love it because some of it is most like 99% of it is great comment. I've had a couple that were kind of close to negative, but instead of like It was like, you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate your side of it, and as long as you ain't,
it's respectful.
Yeah, as long as you ain't being all kind of crazy. Even if you're trolling, I had somebody that trolled on the WNBA thing that I did, and I just, I responded to them and stuff, but they never responded back. But it was me trying to like, you know what? I get what you're saying. I was like, but let's keep it on this question because you're trying to go somewhere else.
We need to get into that next week because it's been some fire going on. And I got a lot of, I have a lot, especially that commissioner. I got a lot of.
Yeah, we definitely need. Hopefully it's who you think gonna win the series just in case between now and then? You got Aces or
Man, last time we picked the Cowboys, they tied. And
I know what it is. I'm just gonna pick who you don't pick.
You know what?
Who you going with?
I like the experience of the Aces.
Okay.
I do like the hunger of the Mercury, but I'm going with the Aces.
Damn.
Going with the Aces. They got the MVP.
Yeah, I was hoping you would pick
and they got a great coach. Not that Phoenix doesn't.
I was hoping you pick Phoenix because they got better golfing places to go golf.
Here we go. See?
But yeah, I'm going to ride with the Aces as well. All right, so we're going to end it the way we always do. Hope everybody takes care of each other in these days that we got going on here. Look out for each other.
Please.
But I'm going to end it like I always do. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. We out.
Peace.
Street cred sports, say it with your chest. Yeah. Go get it from the net. Street cred sports, okay, that's a bet.